chains maxed, and then stop Mirana from leaping. So it kind of works both ways. Because you have Earth Spirit ganking along with Ember Spirit. So those two guys can chain stun Mirana for a long time. You might even die from this damage. So we will see. Maybe they will pick something more strong to the mid lane. For example, like DK, maybe, if it's not going to be banned. What we usually see. It's not bad against PL, it's not bad against Ember Spirit, and it's safe against Earth Spirit guys. So they might go for DK also, Admiral. But I'm okay if they place Mirana mid against Ember Spirit, and he just need to keep in mind that Earth Spirit can come anytime. But as a harass on the lane, I think Mirana is really good against Ember.
Okay.
But they can also go on Dying Enigma off lane and Vengeful Spirit Mirana easy lane. Also good combos there. These heroes together look really strong. And they also have last pick, which can provide them really good mid lane.
Bruce actually banned out. He was like the first thing I thought about off lane for TNC. But Enchantress actually getting banned last. Wow. I'm surprised she got this deep into the draft.
Usually teams in CIS, for example, first pick it. Most of the time.
It's even now. It's just once you get level 6, it's so good.
I like difference between regions all the time. I mean, seeing different regions, understanding their Dota, and then when you come into the first major of the season, and see the region clash, it's actually really good that you know everything about each region. You can see how they fight each other, these game styles, you know? Weaver for TNC. I like DK here for sure. I mean, they need stun for Weaver, and they have follow-up with Venge. They need AoE from DK is also good. They can stun Ember Spirit with this DK. I like DK personally. I mean, I think it's perfect pick here. And it's also a good pusher with Enigma and Dying Venge.
From what I've been seeing with this offlane Weaver too, at least, well, not in the last game, but has been the Ags on the Weaver. And I do like the Ags. We'll see.
Ooh, Brute.
Mid brood, possibly getting brooded here.
Okay, it feels like more cheesy strategy than DK, but you know, high risk, high reward can work better. We'll see. I personally like DK more. I think it's more stable here. You can rely on it. You will be sure that it's gonna be fine mid lane. It's gonna be fine in mid game, and it's gonna be fine in late game. If we talk about Brood, yeah, lane for her it's okay-ish. It's fine. I think she's gonna dominate. If he knows how to execute this hero well, I think he will dominate. But in a mid game, they can struggle. They don't have good lockdown for Weaver, for example, for Phantom Lancer, for Ember. What stuns do they have? Like Vengeful Spirit and Enigma? It's not enough. And if you want to cast it, you need to come close. That means you're gonna die. Silencer also negated. This is global. That's why I felt like DK is more stable. So we're gonna see. If Brood dominates really hard, then it might pay off. This pick might pay off.
But it seems like it has to really get off the ground running. You know, like, it just seems like there's so much here for TNC, especially late game. Like, if they can, even mid game, if they can sustain against this Brood.
Yeah, I think TNC are fine, to be honest. I mean, the only thing that can go wrong is this Brood getting too big. So they need to take control of Brood Mother mid lane. But don't lose your mind, you know, when you're controlling Brood, watch other lanes, because sometimes it can go super wrong if you try to control Brood so hard. I mean, Brood, matchup for Brood, it doesn't matter that much. She can always rotate jungle, level 4, 5 levels, get 4 or 5 levels into the lane, rotate jungle, farm really fast, and get her items. So don't focus on Brood that much. Maybe better focus on the other lanes, kill the side lanes. And this Brood, you will take care of her later on. We'll see how it goes. It's something unusual to me. I didn't expect Brood here, to be honest. I really expected DK.
Prepare for battle!
Good luck, boss. Armel Gabs. Yeah, I almost don't know if the brood's gonna be enough. I mean, obviously you're looking at cheese with brood, but I don't know.
Well, she can build radiance, right?
Yeah. But
from
will
what we've
Bocarino
seen,
go with
Admiral,
it first, you know?
Yeah. Admiral, they like to build radiance. So they pick another hero.
We could see like one of the first Bocarino Radiance Enigmas, you know? Just because he loves
Famous.
that item.
Yeah. It also can be, yeah. Man. No skin on Enigma. GG. Why do you play it even if you don't have the skin from the last treasure?
He's got the bracers. He's, you know, he's doing what he can, but
yeah, he also has talent. We've seen it, but it looks way better with skin. Okay, so don't pick Enigma if you don't have a skin. Okay,
Bocarino,
so we see struggling on lanes already. TNC are coming to take both runes. Can they stun Gabby in time? Oh, they don't have stun. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The Wave of Terror. Of course.
Bocarino taking a lot of damage here. Already forced to use that salve. That is a quick use on that salve, and that's going to help this lane go even better for TNC. That is, it could definitely become a problem, because if they're able to harass the Enigma out of lane, you want to be here. You want to be a presence, but it could get tough. If you
So Big Up, what Ember should do is to bring usual Stout Shield, the second Stout Shield for the lane right now. What everyone's doing right now, if you're a melee hero against Broodmother, you just go double Stout Shield strategy. Yeah, so those Spiderlings are not that annoying anymore, and you can actually survive their attacks.
So you're saying something similar to when we see like an Axe now, where they go double Stout Shield and they're just able to really creep cut. It's not used for creep cutting, but it's used in the sense where it's like a 75% chance to block 20 damage.
You negate some damage, yeah, that's it. Negate it more. Mirana is in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, throws the arrow out, but not going to hit Tim's. And actually chasing on Nakuku quite heavily is this Undying, who does have 2 mangoes. One of the things that we've been seeing from Undyings a lot, and I don't know if this is just the Chinese region thing, but you use all your mana, you mango, decay, keep decaying. So when you run out of mana,
I mean, it all depends, right? It's just about situation. If you see that you can harass your enemy out of the lane, you need to get their consumables down, then you do it. If not, just stay and fight. Just stay. Oh, nice arrow!
Nice little arrow,
Tim's
and that's...
dead.
Oh,
Tim's is dead. 2 more hits.
There's
nice.
the leap. But
the
boulder smash, as well as the salve getting off. Now the rolling boulder.
Really?
Tim's, how did you get out of this? The Undying tried to save the kill for Talib, and that allowed him the opportunity to get out.
You know, I'm not sure if it's even worth it. If you think about it, he used Salve, he used TP back to base, and he used Fairy Fire. So Salve plus Fairy Fire, it's how much? 180, right? Even 100. Yeah, 180. So plus TP, but it's free from the start, so it's okay. But he used a lot of money, a lot of gold to get back to the base, and now he's doing nothing. So maybe it would be even better that he'd save Salve, save TP, and then just die and TP back to lane. Because you see how much time he's losing right now. Look at the teams. He's still almost at the base. He's gone for like almost a minute. Top lane.
Yeah,
Silencer
now
is in
Ninja
trouble.
Boogie, Malefice, Magic Missile, and Ninja Boogie will probably fall here, or at least he should. They're trying to go in, and oh man, Tim's with the rolling boulder. These guys are getting down on literally 0 health. Well, not literally, I guess figuratively, but at the same time, Tim's, the long walk happens to conveniently work out to save his buddy's life, and at the same time get first blood. Now he goes for the Venge. Malefice, Boulder Smash coming through, Gabby with the kill, and Tim's is now responsible for both these kills in the top lane.
Nice play by teams. Good rotation from him. He didn't focus on the bot lane, he went top. You know, that's the difference when you stay 2-1-2 lanes. You can rotate a third hero, and it makes difference. You have an advantage immediately by just rotating those hero. So teams.
Oof. And he pulls here to help out Gabby. He's really doing it all at the moment to help make sure that the Phantom Lancer finds a good start. I think it's one of the things that's a necessity against possibly dealing with a early heavy charging brood. And over top again. And they'll get themselves the Venge. Might find more. As Tim's moving forward. Doppelganger under the tier 1 tower. They've got creeps here. And now the Malefice out on the Gabby. But Bocarino's dead anyway. And it's 4-0. So TNC looking really good to start this.
I don't know, Biko. Maybe they should have moved Venge from top lane and leave Enigma alone just to cut the creeps. I don't know.
Cuckoo gets
it's not working for them. This top lane is not working for them. They cannot fight against 3 people. Also, Rune Fight is coming.
I don't know if you want to be on this. Wave of Terror, Arcane Curse, Magic Missile, Bocarino now is the Malefice. They'll still grab the Bounty Rune. Gabby gets it. He's low on mana, low on health, in a little bit of trouble. Running away now is going to be Bocarino. Boomy comes back, but into what cost? It's his life is the cost there. And Tim's again.
Too many Eidolons. Need to go back. Just be careful.
And they'll shrine up. They get to stay over here top. Just win after win after win for TNC. Grabbing the bounty runes, getting the kills, not losing anybody top. It's looking really good. Looking absolutely stellar, and they're up 1,000 net worth. I mean, maybe the levels aren't as great because they're tri-laning a little bit here, but still, they're shutting down this Enigma for the most part. And
Admiral trying to save top lane instead of focusing on bot lane, and it might be costly for them.
Work. They get the kill on the Ninja Boogie. Arcane Curse is out on Bocarino. Now Tim's kind of out of position, but he'll Rolling Boulder to the low ground to get out of there.
I mean, I can feel Mirana's pain right now. She was so far ahead, and now she has to stay 1v1 against Weaver, who's actually better against Mirana on lane. You can harass her down, you can even try to kill her, force some leaps. And right now, Cuckoo is getting back into the game. He's farming really well. Same as Mirana now.
Yeah, Cuckoo now level 6. Over mid, we saw Armel get all his spiders away from this brood. Good.
Look at his creep stat, though. Just look at it. 71 creep.
Yeah, he's got 71. It's a lot of spiders, that's for sure.
Will spread thrice.
Top lane, they're trying hard to get Gabby, but
Tim's is coming over. They need to be careful. They do have the ward, actually, so they know that he's coming in. 3 heroes diving deep onto Gabby. The TP comes over. Cuckoo's here. Bocarino, Malefice used, and now Tim's. Let's see what he's able to throw at Bocarino. He's trying to zigzag, making sure he avoids the boulder smash, but it's not going to matter. The damage coming through with the Shikuchi. Bocarino dead. And they don't even get Gabby or Tim's.
Too far, too deep. Not feeling good. Look at silencer level, though. Poor Boogie.
Yeah, Ninja Boogie is responsible for one of the 2 deaths. 50%.
I like how they rotate Weaver top now. He can be aggressive with his time lapse. He has full mana, he has full resources, and they go for
Rolling Boulder Smash comes in. Magic Missile going to be laid down on Tim's as well as the Malefice. Wave of Terror should be able to get the kill with the Eidolons, but he gives up his life. Now moving in deep will be Cuckoo. Finds Boomy, who already used this Magic Missile and doesn't have enough mana for another one. Soul Rip comes out. The damage is there. And now into the time lapse he'll go to make make some space between him and Undying. So
yeah, TNC, TNC doing everything so right now. This Weaver rotation top is paying off. Mid lane, meanwhile, Armin continues to farm. He's 20 creeps ahead of Broodmother, who's also farming a lot of jungles and stuff. Actually, we see Brood trying to get Orchid, so maybe Ember should go for something like Eels to be protected from her attacks.
Gabby, leap forward. Talib gets the kill. Boulder Smash comes out. Rotation from the Undying. They look for the arrow. Tims doesn't get hit. Stein is trying to stay close so he can't Rolling Boulder out. Well, let's see, Tims. Can you get out of this one? You don't have Rolling Boulder just yet. Taking a lot of damage, and there's the Starstorm as Rolling Boulder comes back up. And now top, you look over at Bocarino with Cuckoo here, trying to TP away. Searing Chains, the damage is enough. He did die in base. There's the Searing Chains.
Searing Chains didn't go through, since he actually played really well this time. He used his Eidolons to stay around him, so if Ember Spirit uses Searing Chains, there is a low chance that he hits exactly Enigma. So he tried to TP there, but the damage was enough from TNC side.
Now it's 10-5 in favor of TNC. They haven't exactly pulled away in terms of net worth, but at the same time, that's not only on Allison, but a good chunk of it is on Allison. If you take a look at the difference between Allison and the Mirana, and especially the Enigma, who uses the black hole on the 2, but he's got time lapse. So, oh boy, they needed someone to rotate. Nobody came over for that black hole. Brood sitting over mid, TP in the backpack. The black hole on 2 heroes.
Brood is not the best hero to rotate, right? She wants to farm all the time. She wants to clear the jungle. She wants to clear the waves mid. She's playing like macro game now for her team. So the only hero who could rotate was actually Mirana. And I think Talib had some problems because he used TP to base, from what I see. That said, was a nice black hole.
Yeah,
nice timing there.
Unfortunately, didn't turn into anything.
Well,
now.
at least, okay, let's be happy. At least he saved Vengeful Spirit. Which not sounds that good, but it's something. Mid lane.
God, that Sleight of Fist is ridiculous on all this solo Spiderlings, but Allison trying to get away. They've got the last word coming through. Remnant over, Boulder Smash lands, as well as the Geomagnetic Grip. Magnetize on top of that. Allison dead. And that's where this kind of starts to become a problem, is when you start losing your top of the net worth hero. So, that especially the Brood is trying to snowball out of control.
I mean, it's not that bad for Admiral if all TNC team will run and try to kill Brood. They can still farm with Enigma meanwhile, they can still farm with Mirana, but I think it was good timing for TNC to throw their heroes into Broodmother.
Tombstone over towards the bottom area, and they'll get Tims, so it's not a huge prize, but it's something they're willing to take, of course, being down just a slight bit. Bocarino needs to find his way back into it, too. He went first item helm in the Dominator here.
They want to kill Cuckoo, but I don't think they have enough lockdown for him. Yeah, as I said, Ember Spirit will go for Eul Scepter against Broodmother, who's building Orchid already.
The rune of illusion.
Yeah, actually,
so
really
everything as planned.
Yeah, Brood could definitely lead to game 2 going the way of Admiral. What are the steps that are needed, that are necessary for TNC to just, even if the Brood is outpacing you by quite a bit, what's the way that you sustain the game and take it later where you can possibly overwhelm the Brood?
Interesting build from Gabby, we will see. So what he's trying to do there is to build Vanguard. I've seen it from different CIS players though, in pubs. They say Ramses on his stream and maybe Illidan, they say that they don't like going for instant diffusal blade. They need some sustain or farm item from the start. For example, it can be Yasha or Vanguard. Vanguard here is great against all the summons, but right now it doesn't help him survive.
Yeah, Gabby actually goes down over top as they take out the Undying, and Silencer just Allison coming right across the jungle area, and there are the immediate tips coming out. Magic Missile used, Rolling Boulder over bottom. Boulder Smash nicely done by Tim's. Geomagnetic Grip. Cuckoo with another kill here. He's now sitting 5-1 over mid. Armel has to be careful. Arrow not on the money, but they've got the Orchid. Armel into the Sleight of Fist once again.
So, Admiral has a perfect timing with Yules right after Orchid, so he's not gonna die from Brood Mother. PL has a way worse game than the previous one. Gabi, look at his net worth.
They find the Magnetize as well as the Boulder Smash, Geomagnetic Grip. Arrow comes in from Talib. The Rolling Boulder comes through. Undying ends up dying. They drop the Tombstone. They've got the Global Silence, and now the TP attempt out from Tim's. He'll be able to leave. Global Silence expended to escape the possibility of a black hole coming in from this Enigma. And I think TNC are very much okay with that. But Ninja Boogie now chased by Allison. Arcane Curse comes out, but look at that damage coming from the Spiderlings as well as the Brood. And they clean up this Silencer.
Look at Weaver. He's trying to get bounty. And he stole it.
Has to be careful. He's got
Right
two bottle
before
charges.
Vengeful Spirit Eyes.
So, Gabby going for, or at least it looked like was going for this Vanguard.
I think he might decide to change plans, right?
Over mid, Boulder Smash. They find the Undying once again.
Yeah, he decided not to go for Vanguard. He thinks it's too late. And he needs to accelerate his farm. So he bought Blade of Alacrity already. Game is pretty hard for TNC suddenly.
And nice little Boulder Smash. Geomagnetic Grip silences up this Enigma now with the last word. He's silenced up again. They'll get the kill onto Tim. There's the Sleight of Fist. They look for the kill onto the Enigma. They'll get it. Allison chasing on a Ninja Boogie. Easily done with the Spiderlings. Just does so much damage. Magic Missile comes through. They've got the Searing Chains. We'll take out another Mboomy. Miranda here. We'll maybe try to chase on to Cuckoo, but he does have the time lapse, so Shikuchi over
Space
into the
for Gabi.
trees.
Space for Gabi. Perfect situation for TNC. They won that fight since they took offlaner and lost two supports, and they still have PL farming. He barely needs it. He really needs the farm as Gabi.
Under attack.
Bottom tier 2 just being chipped away at by these Spiderlings. Allison going for the BKB, has Medallion Orchid on top of that, and then Maelstrom coming out for Armel. So let me take a
That's
look.
the usual build. You go from lane pushes, can do a lot of damage in fights. Later on, Mjolnir is a perfect item for Ember Spirit. I don't feel like you can go for physical build this game at all, since you started with Yules. It's already kind of strange, so go for
Armel, nice combination there with the swap as well as the arrow into the Global. But Global not going to stop the Radiant side from coming in on the TNC. So Global does get forced out. They thought maybe they had a chance to save Armel, but he's already dead with that arrow coming in with the swap.
I told you. You remember that the combination with Lina Venge last game? They just repeated with arrow, with an arrow. It shows that they have team play. They have understanding of each other game. Like, you know, they know what they are gonna do right now. They talk about it, they do it immediately.
So close game overall. Admiral have a little bit of a net worth lead, and it's sort of on the back of Allison. Cuckoo. Cuckoo's also going for the Diffusal Blade, so Diffusal on the Phantom Lancer, Diffusal next onto the Weaver. They'll have two Diffusals here for TNC. And Arrow Throne, Armel, Magic Missile, but he'll Remnant all the way back to base. there's that Maelstrom picked up, so... I'm surprised a little bit at the Enigma Guardian Greaves, but... what are your thoughts on this item picked up by Enigma?
You're gonna build utility items first of all, so one of them is Guardian Greaves, makes your team just way better, gives you another aura, and the thing is you can dispel silences, you can dispel Earth Spirit Silence and Silencer Silence, so it will be very helpful. If you remember this fight here, and you remember it, when he was silenced like for 5 or 6 seconds, he couldn't cast his black hole, and Silencer didn't even had global, so if he would not be silenced, he would cast his black hole. So I think he needs to dispel silence first.
Boulder Smash, Geomagnetic Grip, and Bocarino, 2-man black hole. There's the Searing Chains coming out. Talib still dies, and Bocarino goes down as well. Yeah, there's just not enough follow-up, and yeah, they do get themselves the Aegis, but they might even lose more. Boomy trying to run away now from Gabby, coming in with the Doppelganger. They'll place the Tombstone onto the high ground. Boulder Smash comes out, hits onto the Undying, so they should at least have him as a third. And then the Tombstone on top of it's an easy 150.
Well, at least they get Aegis, so I think it's kind of fine. No, mediocre is the word here.
What have we here?
Enigma finds second time he finds the way
Allison.
to black hole.
Oh boy, that's the silence there. They'll find the swarm. Need to find a way to kill Allison or let their silencer at least get out. Arrow comes through, doesn't land. Searing Chains once again. This is just going to be the Aegis with the Sleight of Fist. But they're okay with
TNC, that. Yeah, TNC okay with that. Just run away. Free Aegis for them. Like, he just lost it right away. Nice. Nice play by TNC all around the map. I mean, Admiral should start to play with Enigma. Bocarino somehow finds the way to cast Black Hole from time to time. Like right now, he also found the window without global silence. So he just used Black Hole right away, but he didn't have heroes behind him to help him out. I don't know. I think TNC outplayed Admiral for last 2 minutes. He just forced them to do their thing, you know? Trying to TP. Carino. He's gone.
No. It's up to lead pretty hard. Armel with this Maelstrom going into the Lincoln Sphere. Then you take a look over. Manta Style for the Phantom Lancer and BKB for the Weaver. So these next couple of items are quite nice.
Funny. This time we see, remember our discussion about Eul's and Mirana? This time we actually see it picked up. Since many silences and stuff, you think like he's not gonna get BKB too fast, like fast enough, you know? So he goes for Eul's instead. It also helps you to find solo kills as Mirana sometimes, but the problem is TNC is nothing.
They found Bocarino. Sleight of Fist. Last word. Geomagnetic Grip. Tim's. Look at the cleanup on the Bocarino. Now they've got the Yules coming through onto the Mirana with the Global Silence to follow it up. The BKB's going to be Popeye Allison. They've got Undying coming in. Let's see if he's able to help. The leap. 1, 2. Moonlight Shadow. There's a third. They go for the rest of the team. And now they look over as there's 3 heroes here for the side of Admiral. They go after Gabby. They've got him silenced. Double kill for Allison. Rolling Boulder. And now the Magnetize out on 2. Can they get themselves the Undying Allison? Let's see what he can do. Remnant away. Armel's dead. 3 heroes gone on the side of TNC. Silence up his Allison. Looking over at Cuckoo. Time lapse. Webs placed down. Orchid onto the Earth Spirit. Now the Diffusal Blade to slow Allison. Has to be careful. The damage is heavy from Cuckoo. But that'll just deter him from getting the kill onto Tim's, who will be able to TP out.
I think the position of TNC attacking this time was not perfect. I don't feel like Earth Spirit should have gone that fast, but I mean, Admiral, they played really well with their heroes. They react really well. They was ready to take this fight. BKB on Broodmother was really in time. First BKB usage. Mirana survived there with like third HP. She just went back. Even used arrow afterwards on Ember Spirit after range stun. So it also worked because they finished him. They finished Ember. So position of Team Admiral was really good to take this fight. I don't feel like TNC expected them to take this fight so good.
Yeah,
That's why they went
TNC
for
were
tier 2 immediately.
almost
Enigma,
surprising. Ooh,
too far.
Natural.
Cuckoo getting the solo kill on the Bocarino. Or no, actually Armel's here. Never mind.
Yeah. He was there in time.
Allison,
I don't feel
Radiance.
like comeback is really so easy for Team Admiral. Even though they only 3k behind, it feels way more than 3k. It feels like TNC are really in control in this game. They are proactive, while Team Admiral has to only be reactive.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like they're reactive on Admiral, but TNC, they're farming up, and they're going to have these next couple items where I don't know if they even let up on the gas in terms of aggression. They're going to have Lincolns here on the Ember. Phantom Lancer will have a heart. Then you've got a Weaver going into the Manta style. Already has Diffusal as well as the Hurricane Pike. Like, these are the next couple of items are just so huge for TNC.
And what do we have on Brute? What do
Radiance.
we have on Brute?
Fire is scared.
I told you. They just like the item. Again, it's not that bad here, but it feels so strange when you try to build Radiance against BL when he has so much items already. It feels the same way that Radiance and Weaver last game, for me, personally.
You think what should be the difference in the build instead of this Radiance?
He needs some lockdown. I don't know how to actually get it, to be honest. Maybe he even should go for Nullifier or something like that to block some abilities. For example, you can block Ember Spirit Eels
Moonlight
by using
Shadow.
Nullifier. So maybe just
Global
go Nullifier and burst
Silence
down.
with the Sleight of Fist, and now the BKB is going to be popped by Allison. They'll look over at Tim's. He's silenced up with the Orchid. They'll get the kill there. Godlike is Allison.
Nice.
The rest of the team trying to get out, but they've stopped Cuckoo, and they'll get him as well. So 2 kills here for Allison, taking out a
And it's
9
not
times
only
killing
that, man.
spree.
It's not only that. You can just group up and go push since they don't have global now. You can use Black Hole even. You can just go and push as Team Admiral now. You need to push hard. Get your 2 bots. That's the last objective in terms of towers outside the base left. Just go for it. You're not
They
scared
really
of
need to
anything.
move forward. They've got Allison on these Ancients trying to finish off the Radiance as the recipe comes in, and there it is.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Boogie finds some time to push a bit
They don't
and
even
play some wards
Dyer's
around.
bottom tower. Don't look good.
Bot lane.
Tim's coming over, blink forward. There's the tombstone laid down. Boulder Smash lands on it too. Now they've got Sleight of Fist coming out from
I
Armel,
don't
but
like it.
Tim's
I don't like this idea.
way too far forward, and it's only 2 of them. And now the tier 2
Maybe
is
you know,
for sure dead.
maybe he was trying to keep their heroes there, so top lane will get pushed more, but it didn't work out so well. Tower only lost 400 HP on the top lane, so didn't work that well. But Admiral definitely they feel better after these 2 minutes, last 2 minutes.
Yeah, the net worth is just about even. Team percentage chance sitting at 44-56 in favor of TNC. So the game is certainly close, and they still haven't completely gotten a handle on Allison yet on the side of TNC.
So do you think that TNC will just win this game using their experience and stuff, or do you believe in Team Admiral from your perspective? Would you believe
I think
if I'd say Team Admiral can win?
Yeah, I think so. I really do, because they've got the team fight possible with a nice black hole. If they could set it up, I think things can go really well for them. It just really depends on if Global Silence is up and what things TNC has to bring to the table. Because if Global Silence is used and then you still have that black hole, you team fight and you find a couple of good kills, and then you've got some good push coming out from Admiral. They could certainly really pressure TNC here.
Yeah, as we see, BKB on Enigma will be up soon. So, what Team Admiral doing all the time? They're trying to force Silencer to use his global before Enigma ulti, and it usually works. He always used his global before Enigma ulti. As we remember, Black Hole were never cancelled by global silence. So Team Admiral doing everything right to protect Enigma Black Hole at least, but he cannot still cast it without BKB because there are other players that can stop his Black Hole. For example, their Spirit can do it easy.
We're back.
So with Black Hole, I think Silencer should stay away from the fight, wait for Black Hole, use his global, and then join the fight. You have to cancel this Black Hole soon.
Yeah.
When he's gonna have BKB on Enigma, you're the only hope. It's not like Black Hole is a threat now, but it will be, for sure. As we discussed during the picking phase, Black Hole is not a threat until the late game, but in the late game, you will have problem against it, even with Silencer. So don't have tunnel vision. Don't think that Silencer is like GG for Enigma. Can be other way.
We'll see what they're able to do. Cuckoo Tims, as well as Ninja Boogie nearby. They've got the Moonlight Shadow coming out from Team Admiral as they head over north. They see the courier. Comes all the way across. Shows on a Ninja Boogie. Now they've got the Sentry Ward placed down. They spot Talib. And let's see what they're able to get on the side of TNC as the Remnant comes in with a Sleight of Fist coming through. Bocarino looking for the Black Hole, looking for that perfect moment to lay something down. The Malefice comes out. Might have had a moment right there, but the Global Silence is still available for this Silencer. And now he finally blows it. Silencer dead right before he goes down. It will go down. Or he will go down, and they'll also almost take out the Tombstone. Meanwhile, Talib is dead,
Mirana.
thanks to Cuckoo.
Kugu found the way to kill Mirana. Actually perfect, because otherwise this fight would be completely lost for them. At least he got Mirana. That's something. Again, as you see, they force Global before Black Hole.
Yeah, they hold it.
But Enigma, at the same time, he was forced to use Guardian Greaves. Otherwise, Mirana would have died there. Even before Weaver attacked her.
Never refuse gold given.
Ember already split pushing. He's going bot.
Radiant are scanning.
While all the enemies are top. Good vision around secondary jungle of Team Admiral. If you see TNC plays 3 wards there. One of them blocking even. Not blocking, just watching Ancients and wait to Roshan. What about Roshan though? Can we see a fight there for him?
Possibly a fight near Roche. In goes Allison. They're going to start it. Let's see what they're able to do with this. Wave of Terror comes out. TNC on the high ground over by their Ancients. Could see possibly Tim's make a play. He sets up, goes by these trees, stays in the corner, has Rolling Boulder in 8. They're not exactly doing this Roche very quickly. The Arcane Curse comes out.
Oh, BKB is ready for Enigma. Perfect timing.
Boulder smash onto 2, hits the Enigma. There's the swap, gets the Brood out. And now with that, Dire retreat for just a moment as well.
Maybe comeback? No, they don't want. They are too scared. They had 30 seconds gap
Dire's top tower's under attack.
when they don't have global silence. Okay, they go again.
They're back into Roche. Tim's got illusions. He's setting up, looking for possible Rolling Boulder. There's the Wave of Terror. Tim's in a little bit of trouble. He gets hit with the Magic Missile to get the Aegis, and now Tim's is already dead with the Black Hole hitting on a 1. But the Global Silence comes out afterwards, and it'll stop that Black Hole in its real steps. And, oh, I don't know if Admiral will want to go back in on this. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains lands on 2. Gabby with the Spirit Lance. They've got the last word, as well as the slow on to Allison, trying to chase. Has this Aegis, as well as the Radiance burning away on the side of TNC. Sleight of Fist comes out once again on from Armel onto Allison. Gabby Doppelganger into the high ground. They don't manage to get anything more than Tim's, but they also get the Aegis.
Cut from the same cloth.
Actually, not bad for Team Admiral. They got Aegis, they got Cheese. They used BKB and used Black Hole, which was cancelled by Silencer, but that's okay. They didn't lose the fight. They did everything right. And TNC cannot fight them right now, it seems like. They need to fight solo pickoffs. They need to find it.
Gabby
they're trying
actually
to.
finds
They're going for
Boomy.
Minch.
They've got the Swarm. That hits on Allison. You need to be a little bit careful. The York is now being used on an illusion. Undying Seer, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, both rooted. They don't have a black hole to work with. They've already lost 2 heroes here. Allison getting low. He's also got that Aegis. He'll use the ulti, trying to run. Arrow comes in, not going to hit on anybody on the side of TNC. Gabby keeping it close. Meanwhile, top Tim's is here just pushing out for the moment. And TNC may be looking to re-engage. They doppelganger forward, find the Tombstone, get a quick 200, and now they'll go into the tier 2.
So they found solo pickoff. That's what they needed. And now they can take the tower. Also, Air Spirit rotating to them. Finds the courier. Maybe even try to kill. Yeah, teams. One more hit. Shield. But look at Weaver. Look at Weaver. Silent killer. Nice. It's Hyperstone. 2000 net worth down in courier. And tier 2 tower mid is gone. That was perfect situation for TNC. They found the solo kill to start with. And Team Admiral not looking so strong.
Oh, they found Allison. There's the Boulder Smash as well as the Geomagnetic Grip, Sleight of Fist. They get the Aegis.
Okay, it was scouting for Aegis, yeah?
I'll take that. Moonlight Shadow, Bocarino does not have a black hole. So TNC get away with murder there, taking out the Brood. Losing nothing and no more Aegis. And Nullifier next to Brood.
He also goes for Nullifier, as mentioned before, but builds stuff to Radiance. Might be even better now, you know. Now he can push the lane, blind PL illusions sometimes, and also Nullify. Works great against Ember Spirit. If you break Lincoln somehow, he's dead. Just burst him down, control him. Mid lane.
Mid, Bocarino by himself. Oh, actually misses the Geomagnetic Grip. He has an opportunity at a black hole here, but the Global Silence is available, so he has to be careful about how he chooses to use this. There's the swap. Magic Missile onto Tim's with the Wave of Terror coming through. Allison on the back lines gets the kill on a Ninja Boogie. They've got the Remnant forward, gets the kill on a Bocarino. Now they're without the Enigma for 70 seconds. Cuckoo goes in. There's the Nullifier using that damage, or at least trying to. The BKB's going to be popping. He looks over at Tim's, gets the kill with the Orchid on top of this Earth Spirit, so he's unable to get out. They look over the Undying. Gabby doing a lot of damage. BKB's about to run out on Allison. Cuckoo, he's being chased. Armel is here, searing chains onto this Mirana. Look over, Magic Missile, not going to be on anybody important. I think it was on an illusion. They've got the Orchid again onto Gabby, trying to run away. Now the Nullifier with the damage.
Wow.
Oh, they have
Gem!
it.
Take the gem!
Ooh,
no,
boy.
Weaver got the gem.
Refuse gold, give it.
If they would pick up the gem, it would be perfect.
Cuckoo just picking up that gem, but Gabby going down. And
Dude,
Allison
Cuckoo
staying
playing
alive again.
so well, those series.
Coin for me.
Again, TNC, look at them. They're
Ninja
fighting almost under tier 3 tower of the enemy. Like, not scared at all. Ninja Boogie is gone.
Gets killed by Talib, walks into an arrow, unfortunate for him, and then the tip comes from Bocarino. Bloodthorn for this Brood next. Is that where Brood tops out at the Bloodthorn? Obviously,
I think so.
But
I think so. Yeah, she might go for some butterfly later on to finalize the build. Maybe instead of boots, you know. But yeah, for now it's gonna be Bloodthorn build. You cannot avoid this combo, Bloodthorn and Nullifier, if you do it right. You need to break Lincoln Sphere first somehow. You need to ask somebody to break Lincoln Sphere, then use Bloodthorn and Nullifier, and Ember Spirit is dead. He can survive it. Even PL, it doesn't matter. Nobody can save you from that. So they might need some Lotus Orb on TNC side. Maybe on Air Spirit. But it seems like Teams is going for stuff.
Ninja Buggy placing a couple of wards over here. Cuckoo. He has that Manta. Armel's got the Shivas. Going for an Aeon Disc, so just trying to survive here. Invading the jungle is Team Admiral. Bocarino, Octarine Core. This BKB is down to 8 seconds. Then on the Brood, it is 7 seconds. So,
I think the game
not
is
too
still
bad.
until Rush spawns, though. I don't feel like we can see any fight. I mean, there is no reason to fight for teams, right? They just need to push out the waves. Maybe runes that will spawn in 2 minutes. But I don't think so. I think they're gonna just split them. 2 for TNC, 2 for Admiral. Since they're controlling... They're playing Mirror right now. They're controlling boss jungle. Someone needs to go back. It's Vengeful Spirit. Mid lane also. Ember Spirit cutting the wave.
Yeah, nicely done by TNC to pressure 2 lanes at the moment. Trying to force Admiral back. I don't believe it's to force a fight, but as I say that, they find the Undying, and now the BKB with a black hole coming through. It's onto the Silencer, so they don't have Global Silence to work with. Down goes Ninja Boogie, down goes Tims. They'll find a third in Armel. And wow, Admiral
What can
finding
I say? Bravo,
quite
bravo,
the fight.
Bocarino.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Finally finds the Silencer. Doesn't have to be afraid of the Global Silence coming out. And getting 3 heroes here. They're gonna force both buybacks.
Remember my words, Silencer will never stay close to his team anymore. He'll just stay far, far back. Always wait for that Enigma to jump. Was perfect, actually, by Bocarino. Props to him. And now they have an opening. They can push tier 3 somehow.
Over bottom, Cuckoo. Almost getting the tier 3. And Team Admiral, they back off this tier 3 push mid.
Bot lane almost gone. Tier 2 tower. 180 HP. 90 actually. Venge trying to build X. Also good pickup here. 10 seconds cooldown on your ultimate. You can swap most of the times. You can just swap in, swap out. You can also swap after you're dead, which is great.
Throw that
I like
stun
the build.
after you're dead.
I remember the best Venge game with Sex was at TI. Not long ago, DJ played it. Those 10 second swaps was a disaster for enemy team.
It really becomes quite a nuisance, especially if you're able to stay alive. It's almost like the Clockwork Ags, where you're able to get those constant hook shots in, and it really is disruptive to the team fight.
Yeah, but even if you die, you keep swapping people. Why not? So Team Admiral, they're trying to push out waves now. They pushed out mid, they pushed out bots. They used Enigma Eidolons for that. Actually, what talents did he go for? 15 magic resistance, GPM, and Eidolons damage. Yeah, it's really helpful. You can push out waves without being there. Eidolons are super strong with that talent. Like you have 47 usual attack plus 70. So lanes are
Nice
pushing
shadow.
really fast.
We'll head into Roche for a split second. Maybe think about fighting. They've got webs here on the high ground. Sentry's placed down for the Dire side. The arrow comes in, and now they've got the
Nice!
swap. Oh my god! How did he pull that off? That is the swap combo happening again into the arrow. Getting a little bit of lag here, but Gabby, he's getting chased by Allison. BKB is going to be popped by Bocarino. They'll get the
Gabby's
kill,
dead.
I
He's
believe,
dead.
on a Gabby. Meanwhile, Boomy as well as the Undying go down. Armel needs to get out of here. BKB popped by Talib. Cuckoo on the run.
Oh, Team Admiral, what are you doing to me even? For real. Those combos.
So good.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a
Cuckoo
hand.
got a tower
Radiant's
bot.
bottom tower has fallen.
He will stay? Cuckoo wants to stay? No, he's gone. No creeps there, you cannot push though. Also, they are taking Roche with Refresher Shard. And you can give it to Enigma. So now you can cast Black Hole for free, then refresh shard and cast it again after Global Silence even.
Hmm. So
Why
even if
care?
it comes out, you'll have a second one, so you can kind of be more
Yeah.
free with throwing it.
Also, he just picked up the Hex, so he can get 2 Hexes in the fight.
Who spoiled that shot?
Gem just down on the ground here. Pause comes out from the vent.
Dude, I mean, if they keep playing like this, those tricky stuff, they can pull up a win of TNC for sure.
You getting a little bit of lag in this game?
Yeah,
stuttering?
Yeah. It's in lobby in the big fights.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's because PL and Broodmother. Sometimes it happens,
Okay.
even when I play. I have a strong PC, but it doesn't matter.
Same. It just
Many
doesn't
nets,
seem to matter.
webs, nets, whatever you call them, PL illusions. What else? Eidolons. What else? Helm of Dominator creep. So everything is stacked. We need only Tinker to pick to finalize this combo. Yeah, there's too many things happens. That's why I think that's lagging. Also, servers are far from us.
Yeah, I had the same problem in with the Chinese cast. I'm as far away from Shanghai as possible, so I'm also very far from the Singapore server, so does
Yeah.
not help. But I also heard Southeast Asia's servers have been having problems, right?
I've heard about Australian one. I've heard about Japanese servers also. But I'm not sure about Singapore and others like Filipino. Maybe not. Never heard about it.
So it's only a 2,000 net worth lead for Admiral, but it looks like and feels like a lot more.
Yeah,
is
they
that,
have their peak right now, I think. They
Yeah.
have their peak.
Is that due to
Just look at
the
their
global,
items.
like the global silence not feeling as effective anymore?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's effective anymore since you have double hex, double black hole. You are not even scared of this global silence. You can even jump and bait this global silence. Use your BKB, use your black hole, refresh it, use it again. You don't even care. You can even do double hex in process. You can use guardian grips in process. Like this Enigma, he's not scared of anyone here. He just can jump right in. Just need some protection from Venge maybe. And they also can start with bench when she picks up this X. Actually, let's check if she has it. No, she
Nice.
decided
Changing
not to go.
X.
Yeah, she bought plate mail. She bought gem. Oh, maybe no, it's not her gem. Pardon me, it's not her gem. It's Ninja Boogie's one. So she bought plate mail and trying to go for Lotus Orb, which makes sense against silence. I was thinking about Lotus Orb for TNC2. Let's see if Earth Spirit gets it. Oh, he is far from it. He bought 4 stuff, and now he's only level 17. He needs this level 20 for 150 GPM talent, and then he can maybe get this Lotus Orb. They need to deny this Nullifier stuff, this Bloodthorn stuff from their course. For example, if you use an Ember Spirit, you need someone to save you. Maybe also Weaver Axe can be helpful, but I feel like Cuckoo needs to go carry this game, and he feels it too. Just look at his items, he's trying to go full carry. He understands that PL and Ember Spirit is not enough in this game. So he's trying to be a serious core this game.
Seems like every time Allison is involved in this fight, he's silencing the Phantom Lancer. It's always focusing the Phantom Lancer, doing everything you can, Nullifier as well as the silence comes through. And it's so hard for Gabby to do anything, and it is constantly just focused very heavily by the Brood and +1. It seems like this is why the fights are going their way, is because the Brood is rightfully focusing Gabby. Because if Gabby's able to, we've seen it, if Gabby's able to find his space and doesn't get focused as heavily.
Yeah, you also applied Mjolnir buff to Brute, and she just runs right in. You cannot attack her. Just she has that lifesteal. She has that radiance burn all the time against your illusions. It also applies some blindness to them. She has BKB. You cannot focus her at all. Like, you never focus her. and she has a big damage output. If she finds the real PL, if she uses Nullifier with Bloodthorn on him, he's dead. He's simply dead. And it's only brute threat, but you also have Mirana to back it up. You also have Vengeful Spirit to save you if you need it. And you also have this Enigma threat right now that you cannot stop at all. Like, how can you stop Enigma in a near fight? So I think what TNC has to do now, just stay super defensive on their base. I don't feel like they can play proactive now. It will be so wrong.
So we are finally rolling.
Just sit in a bunker and hold your base, like hold your defenses.
Like LGD yesterday against Aster.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Except you don't have the double Cataclysm this time.
Team Admiral, they are trying to build a fight, starting with Mirana ultimate. Almost level 25, by the way. I wonder what talent she will go for. Suddenly, +2 multi-shot arrows getting more popular again. I like it, because it can win you a fight. If you hit 1 arrow, cool. If you hit 2 arrows, it's fight winning, game winning sometimes. But if you need this talent for cooldown on Moonlight Shadow, for some initiation, then you might go for it. I personally like more nowadays this arrows. When you go for hard push, yeah, he goes for arrows. I like it. I mean, it's game winning play. If you hit 1 or 2 arrows, and it's really much more easier with 3 of them to hit at least 1.
Yeah.
It's game winning play. So Moonlight Shadow is also great for unexpected attacks, for example. But I don't feel like when you siege in high ground, it's really helpful. How can you attack with Moonlight Shadow tier 3, for example, or base, for example? Enemies always there, always ready. Arrows, good scout also, by the way.
Admiral.
Giving some vision for you.
There's the arrow. Ooh, the doppelganger. Gabby was almost in a little bit of trouble. We'll take away the vision with the sentry ward placed down preemptively. And Team Admiral are setting up, looking over mid. Sleight of Fist comes through. There's the Remnant, goes all the way back. Boulder Smash thrown.
Too bad for Team Admiral, they cannot split push hard, since they can get caught by Ember Spirit, Air Spirit combo. So you cannot spread your players, right, around the map. It's really hard. So they need to focus on 2 lanes instead of 3 lanes, for example. Maybe they can buy some travels on Mirana, for example, and use her as a pusher of the 3rd lane. We'll see how it goes. But for now, Talib is going for MKB, it seems. It's hard to initiate on high ground. Very hard. You can maybe start with Venge, but then you need vision. How can you place vision on enemy base when they have wards there, when they see everything, they're already prepared with their sentry ward? Okay, again, ulti of Mirana ulti. Maybe arrow?
Arrow. Hits on the Tims. They found him. Tombstone's up there. And now Ninja Boogie. There's not much he could do. He gets swapped, silenced, and killed. They both have buybacks, so not the worst thing in the world.
At least TNC, 2 players have buybacks. 2 players that died, so that's something. But I think they decided to leave their base a bit too early. They expected Team Admiral to rotate to push out top lane and maybe rotate and farm. So they tried to leave the base. Didn't work out well for them.
Arrows thrown. No buybacks used yet. They've got the glyph. They're holding. As the tier 3 is about to go down, the swarm is used. Black hole comes out. Global silence as the buyback comes through. You do have that second black hole with the refresher shard, but he hasn't used it yet.
Okay,
and there it is.
They refresh. Boss, actually, Broodmother refreshed too. She brought his own. She brought her own refresher.
Yeah, there's the refresh. There's the black hole on the 2. It's gonna take out Gabby, and now they're gonna look for this Ember trying to get away. It does have buyback, so 2 kills there.
Okay, they need to go back. They need to go
Yeah,
back
they
because
need to
buybacks.
leave. The buybacks are here. The remnants coming. They lost Allison. Gonna be dead for 100 seconds. The rolling boulder comes over as the Undying trying to leave, as well as the Venge place down is that remnant. They'll get themselves a third. The chase is on. Talib trying to run away. The rolling boulder from Tim's. Can he find a boulder smash? Blink over. There it is. Eats the cheese. Back to full health. Remnant over. Slide of fist. Searing chains on a two. What can they get? Cuckoo comes over. They'll get the kill on a Tim's. Ultra kill here for Cuckoo. It could be the Rampage. Bocarino's the last one left, and they get the Rampage. Cuckoo cleans it up as Admiral try to exit, and they clean up despite using the buybacks. It looked poor for TNC, and Admiral lose it all.
Never ever underestimate buybacks. You always have to keep them in mind. But now, second round starts because Team Admiral also have buybacks.
Middle tower is under attack.
Hex picked up here for the Ember. Work over for the tier 3. They did get one over bottom. While pushing top is Cuckoo. You said this game was going to come down to Cuckoo. He shows it there with the Rampage.
No black hole for 80.
And Bocarino, BKB.
Oh, BKB forced.
Armel coming over. Remnant again. They work on this Rax. Nobody trying to go for any sort of a base race. The time-lapse is used. The K hits on a 2. Cuckoo continuing to move as he gets the melee Rax down. And with that, TNC, they'll make their exit, and it's a lot cleaner than Admiral's.
Yeah, also they want to take the shrine in the secondary jungle. It's could be very important for next Roche, for example.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Next Roche is going to be important when we make it there. It's up in a minute, but they're actually going to smoke up. They want to re-engage. They don't want Admiral to have a moment
Okay,
to breathe.
it can go both ways. If they attack perfectly, they win the game. If they make at least single mistake, lose some heroes, they lose the game.
There's no black
So
hole
it's
for
a win-lose play. Win or
25
lose.
seconds.
We'll
It
see.
has to happen now. The blink away. Now they're Remnant forward. The arrows coming through.
Go back.
And they are all avoided. And yeah, once they didn't get that Enigma, they need to back off.
Radiant's
That was
bottom
very
I think
close.
they're right.
That was
they're
very, very, very clean to not overextend there, because other teams might overextend in a spot like that. They go too far despite missing the attempt to go in onto the Enigma. And then they
Okay,
chase onto the
Big
high
look at
ground.
Ninja Boogie. Just look at him and look at his gold and what he's playing to do.
Double global silence. Could
It's
be
gonna
big.
be Refresher, yeah, but look at Enigma at the same time. He's also building Refresher. Oh, it's gonna be a game of bottoms.
Oh boy. This is what we all
Man, this game is
dream
super
for.
exciting in comparison to what we've seen today. This is a super exciting game.
Yeah, some of them have been, I would say, a lot more typical.
Maybe the third game of the first series was a bit unexpected. But yeah.
But I think that comes with, you know, just how long the patch has been here. You've kind of understand what's going to happen with all these picks for the most part. And that's why a game like this is so exciting, because you've got the Brood, you've got these refreshers, you've got more coming out. And then it's a lot more exciting to see these different picks like
This
the Enigma.
Weaver, maybe break Link and send Hex. Oh. Okay, decided not to do it. He also went Shukuchi. It's hard to catch him with this talent on level 25. This plus 200 Shukuchi movement speed. Refresher's up for Enigma. 4,000 gold for Silencer. What about his refresher? He needs 700 gold.
Armel, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains onto Allison, spots that he's doing Roche. Goes into the ulti, and now the Swarm comes out. Arrow Armel! Ooh, God. And now the Nullifier comes through. They've got Bocarino, Black Hole, but it's immediately stopped with the Global Silence. Gotta remember, though, he's got the Refresher
Hex.
Orb. So maybe they definitely saw that he's got the Refresher Orb. He's gonna go in and have the second Black Hole now without Global Silence, or so he thinks. Because very close to a second Global Silence soon is the Silencer if he gets the gold.
Roche is so low. Roche super low. Okay, Gabby goes for it.
Yeah, BKB
BKB
gonna be
black
used.
hole.
There's the black hole. He comes in on Gabby. They've also got the BKB gonna be used by Allison. Another, he's gonna get out with the doppelganger coming through. He's alive for now. Allison trying to chase with the ulti as well as the Orchid and the Nullifier coming down to it. He is gonna die. Dead for 2 minutes. Back over by Roche. You take a look. Cuckoo trying to do all he can. Takes out the
Remember, no
tombstone.
buybacks.
Arrow's not gonna hit. No buyback for 2 minutes for Gabby. So now they're trying to get out of here. They're trying to buy as much time as they can. They don't have another black hole here. Is used the second time to get the kill on a Gabby with the help of the Nullifier as well as the silence from Broodmother. But 4 heroes alive for TNC. And now we got to see, can they hold when the high ground push comes in?
Okay, they try to push out bot lane with Eidolons, and then they are Tate mid. Maybe go for Tron push even.
And they might go for throne push. They had the refresher shard come in. Bocarino was able to get another black hole coming in, and with the Moonlight Shadow, I don't know, can they get it? They've got the Hex through onto this Ember. They start to focus. Bocarino looking for his moment. The BKB is going to be used by Cuckoo. He gets the kill on a Boomy. Now he's looking over as, oh boy, Mirana in a little bit of trouble. The BKB is going to be caught by Allison. They'll get the kill onto Tim's. Buyback comes out. Still 65 seconds without this Phantom Lancer. The arrow hits onto the Ember. Armel gets away. The BKB is going to be caught by Bocarino. Ninja Boogie gets away, or I thought he might get away. He ends up dying. He's dead for 90. He's just so close to that refresher orb. And now he's dead for 80. They're trying to hold. Hex comes out. Cuckoo trying to do all he can. The Magnetize is actually on to 3 with the silence with the Geomagnetic Rip, but they've got the Hex onto the Ember. There's the black hole onto 2. Allison Low, is it going to be enough? It is. They take him out. 2 minutes gone. They lose Bocarino. Boulder Smash onto 3. They'll take out the Aegis. Cuckoo trying to do all he can to the time ups. He's dead. He has buyback, however, and now coming in is Tim's looking to get the kill on a Tui, but he rolling boulders, gets hit by the Nullifier. They'll get the kill. It's 4 heroes dead here on the side of TNC. 20 seconds till they have Gabby. They need to try and hold. If Cuckoo can hold till Gabby comes up, maybe they have a chance with the Ancients exposed. Allison moving in with the rest of the team. They've got 4 heroes here. Taking a lot of damage, though, is to lead. Cuckoo moving in. They'll get the kill. So now it's just the Undying as well as Allison. They've got the damage. They're going for the throne, and now they've got no cliff. Well, the Nullifier comes out, and they will have the damage. Admiral win! Ooh, boy! Gabby just comes up, but it's not in time. Admiral win on a bang out in this game too.
Yeah. What a game. What a game, to be honest.
Whew. Cuckoo was almost
Jesus,
doing it. I think if they had 5 more seconds, they might have been able to do it.
Yeah, maybe this Roche fight just gone a little bit wrong. Nah. Gabby just jumped into Roche pit. Caught in black hole right after. And you know, if Silencer would have get his refresher, it would be fine play. Because you just bait this black hole. You use refresher, you use Silencer global, and then second black hole is gone. You can just fight and take the Roche. But it didn't arrive in time for Silencer. He didn't even get it at the very end. This refresher orb. So they just black hole right in. They jumped. They took everything. The Aegis, Cheese, took refresher. So fight under Roche, the crucial fight, was for sure for Team Admiral. Like, you don't have buybacks also, so it's your last fight. You're almost going all in for the Roche play. So TNC, they didn't do what they wanted at the Roche pit. Maybe should have waited a little bit more with Silencer refresher. I don't know. It's kind of hard because Roche was very low there. It's hard to say. Could they wait or not? You need to double check it. You need to see the replay and understand what actually went wrong there in the fight. But I think they could have tried to went for Silencer refresher, or maybe give away the Trosh and not lose the fight there at least, because that was crucial fight for them.
Yeah, very crucial.
Game-winning fight for Team Admiral.
Yeah, I mean, it won. They were able to, again, focus Gabby was the game plan. He wasn't really able to do much. He only had 19,000 hero damage. Compare that to Armel, who had 53,000. Cuckoo with 44,000. I mean, he just was so focused by Allison in this that it just seemed like Gabby wasn't able to do anything, and that's a huge part of their team fight on this Phantom Lancer. And again, like you said, that Roche Pit fight was just so good for Admiral to finish this game and push to a game 3. So
this game didn't also go well for Gabby. He didn't play that well as the previous one. It's mostly because of his laning phase, right? It's not about only Gaby. It's mostly about the lane that he got. If you remember, minute 15 or 20, if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
he was like 7 GPM on the map, 6 or 7. It's not good for PL to play from behind like that. They gave him time. They did their best. TNC, I mean, they looked really good in the mid game, but coming into the late game, this Enigma starting to be a really big threat. And look at Broodmother damage. I mean, it's just too much. 40k damage
Yeah.
from Brood.
Yeah.
Great
just
game. Great
really-
game, to be honest. I expect if we see something like that on game 3, it will be crazy serious.
Yeah, I mean, Admiral proving they're no joke either. A lot of these teams in Southeast Asia have a lot to prove, and if they could beat TNC here, that would be a big one. Winning their last, but this is the winner's decider. So, winner of this goes into the upper bracket. Loser goes into the decider game series that is later tonight. And we'll be back with game 3 in just a moment. And stay right there if you want to see more of this crazy series. So we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you so much. All right, and welcome back. Game 3 between Team Admiral and TNC. TNC taking game 1 with, not certain ease or anything. And game 2 wasn't taken by Admiral with certain ease, as that game was very back and forth, much more back and forth than game 1. As Admiral with the black hole, with the broodmother, fighting against the silencer. Somehow break through and they win game 2. It was very, very close the entire time.
We have the same opening as the game 2. Silencer, and the answer from Team Admiral is Undying and Mirana. So it's the same thing that they did. Only... I don't even see the difference in bans. Let me check.
See,
Enigma, of course. Enigma. They banned Enigma in game 1, and now they ban it again as TNC. So that's the only difference between those games. Let's see what was banned. Those game? Oh, they banned Draw Ranger. TNC, last game. And they pick Weaver for second pick.
And now they ban the Drow again. And it's weird that they're the ones banning the Drow, but I mean they also do have the Mirana, so both teams could definitely pick it up if they wanted to.
It's Dyer's band now.
So we can actually see who can, who's the caller of the team, who makes calls, who tries to be proactive when we look at ping phase. So there are some stats like how many times player actually pinged on the map. So if we take, for example, Team Admiral, Boomy is the one who pings the most. He pinged 222 times. And at the same time, Armel is the caller of Dire Side, was the caller of Dire Side of TNC. He pinged on the map 211 times. Ninja Boogie was the second one with almost 200 pings. So they're playmakers and callers for Team TNC. The guys who needs to be proactive. I'm surprised teams are not pinging that much. He just does stuff. Just goes in and stuns. Also, funny stats that Armel stunned his opponents with searing chains for 150 seconds. It's actually more than teams who stunned only for 80, for example. Like, this is really great timings from Armel. 150 seconds of stun, it's a lot. It's more than all the stuns of Admiral combined, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they had Mirana with the arrow, black hole.
Yeah.
Avenge Sun.
Do you know how many spiderlings Armel actually killed those game? 93 spiderlings and 93 spider rights and 85 spiderlings. Yeah. So that's a lot. That's where the gold comes from.
That's quite a boost in gold, yeah, for sure. Because he was high in the CS early, too.
Dyer's turn to pick.
He was using his Remnant at times to just clean up groups of spiderlings.
Brewmaster is actually a very interesting pick. They kind of trying to block PL pick for TNC team. And it seems like they really like this hero. If you remember, this hero was banned previous game by TNC when they opened with PL, so it works well in team fights against PL also. As I say, you can dispel illusions with dispel magic. And Kanka for TNC again. Kanka worked really well in game 1.
We've seen some good Kanka today.
Yeah, Kanka is really great to catch Mirana. She cannot leap away from Kanka.
Similar to the Silencer too, where you get that first leap and then last word procs.
Brewmaster also doesn't like to play against Silencer, and they get Keeper of the Light.
Could they? No. Could they?
I'm not sure if I like this supports combo, but those subs are really strong on lane, you know? They don't have a setup for Mirana Arrow. That's the weak link, I think.
10 seconds.
But at the same time, they have really strong supports for lanes. Like Kotal and Undying, they
5
both super
seconds
strong on
left.
lanes. So they want to try to secure their lanes, Team Admiral.
I'm wondering if they're thinking maybe Bristleback. The last time I saw Kato, it was with Bristle, and that was like one of the only times I've seen Kato recently. But
I don't feel like it fits, to be honest. when you
yeah,
have
that's why I
Brewmaster
was.
already.
I see Kato. I think Bristle, but it just doesn't fit this lineup unless they go Mirana mid. And even then, I don't know if I like it in the safe lane.
I'm actually a bit surprised when Brewmaster came in. Like, yeah, they want to protect their lineup, but Weaver is usually a good counter to Brewmaster on lane. When you have a bear on Weaver, you can just use Shukuchi to last hit, so you don't actually feel bad with last hitting against Brewmaster, since you always have the Shukuchi to last hit creeps. So usually Weaver is a good pick against Brewmaster. So
It's
I'm pretty
Raiden's
sure
bad
they can place Weaver bot lane now and leave it there. Like for Kuku, he played this perfectly previous game, and they can, I'm pretty sure, just put it there on the
Dire's
bot
turn
lane.
to ban.
Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that. I mean, that could put Kunkka mid, but actually, because Silencer's not
No,
going to be a
no,
4
sure.
because I saw in China Nature's Prophet 5 is very popular, but
I think it's first time for a long time we see Nature's Prophet position 3,
yeah,
or even something like carry style, you know.
10 seconds.
yeah, that makes sense.
Even Storm, maybe looking for some Tinker
5
pick here.
seconds left.
Do they have any catch for Tinker? You don't like to play against Silencer as Tinker, but it's not a big deal.
Well, they do have the.
Still fine.
Dire's turn
Oh,
to pick.
okay, they banned the Zeus. Okay.
This is really strong against Nature's Prophet lineup all the time. You can push out waves really fast. You can get him with Nimbus all the time. So
Well, I was thinking
Good
if they
bench.
thought that Admiral might go Tinker, they go Zeus and then have Nature's Prophet as
Mhm.
well. But I guess they banned the Zeus. They might be going Tinker.
10 seconds.
well, I still
Radiant.
like something stable.
Tinker.
Yeah, there it is.
Tinker. Nice call there. I don't think you also steal it from your enemy.
Yeah, I
it felt
think
like they
that's-
can go for it. Also Zeus and Storm, both counters banned. I'm gonna go for Spectre. Spectre is actually good against Tinker too.
Yeah, you need something to be a
Um,
bit global.
It just depends if they're gonna have a good lanes on Team Admiral. I mean, again, Spectre can struggle a lot if you pressure her a lot. For example, Nature's Prophet pressuring Spectre, not bad. I think not bad. You can just come and harass into the lane. But I think now Kanka needs to focus more on this Nature's Prophet lane to stop Spectre, because if you leave Nature's Prophet solo, Spectre just jump on him and he needs to get away from the lane. You can't do anything. But if you keep constantly harassing her with Kunkka on side, it might work out.
So Bocarino on the Brew
10
puts
seconds.
Allison mid on the Mirana to leave on the Spectre,
5 seconds left.
and then Kato is going to be a problem. I just Mana Leak is so good right now. I feel like, especially when you've got a Spectre. You know, you either get hit by the Spectre or you run out of mana, I feel like. And that is a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost, it's the mana rupture of life in Dota. But, it also could, if you choose to stay stationary, then you're definitely in danger of getting hit with an arrow or something. And a lot comes into play towards the mid game for this lineup from Admiral. But the same can be said
Those-
for TNC.
Mm-hmm. Those picks looks pretty even to me, to be honest. I think like this game can go both ways. There is no such big advantage on the either of the team. Like I think overall, Team Admiral is better and stable lineup. So if they go okayish during the lane phase. If they do well in mid game, which they obviously can do with heroes like Brewmaster and Mirana that are really proactive, with Undying of course on their side, they can play really good and play around Spectre farming and apply pressure when her farming. They can do really well in mid game and late game. I don't feel like TNC can hold, but at the same time, TNC are really good at split push. So if we look at Team Admiral lineup, Keeper of the Light saving them a bit, but they don't have perfect heroes to push out waves. Like for example, Spectre is not the best pusher, right? Mirana is pushing lanes somehow. Also, Keeper of the Light pushing waves, but I feel like TNC can just split push, can win macro game. That's what I see.
We'll have to see. I'm interested to see how this Tinker does. It's definitely not a pick you see too often. Recently, at least I don't see it in the Chinese region at all. I don't know if you see it in the CIS as much.
You mean NP?
Hmm?
What do you mean?
Do you see the Tinker as much in
No,
CIS?
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Even in the matches, it could be really good. Usually they don't pick it.
And
Teams don't pick it.
Nature's Prophet has gone 5-3 for the Chinese region for sure, and then well, here it's in the 3 spot, and I like it. You've got 2 heroes that can really move around with the Nature's Prophet as well as the Tinker. And Bocarino eating a lot of damage here, but as is Gabby. Thunderclap comes out. Gabby on the run. Couple more shots uphill, but the Illuminate not gonna matter. Doesn't care about the uphill chance, and we'll get the kill. First blood for Admiral.
It's actually not so bad because they got 3 runes on TNC side, so it's kinda not equal, but almost equal, to be honest. So Gabby shouldn't feel bad about it. They also devoured, so yeah.
So Ninja Boogie and Gabby in this top lane up against Bocarino as well as Boomy. Over mid, we've got Allison against Armel, Tinker versus Mirana, and then bottom, Talib and Raging with Tims and Cuckoo. So, will any of these lanes really stand out heavily favored one way or the other?
I think top lane is kinda equal for first couple of levels, but then maybe Brewmaster and Kotal can pressure more. For example, Weaver is losing half of HP from one Illuminate. Like, it can feel better, can feel bad. So maybe they need 2-3 levels to pressure Brewmaster and Kotal, but at the same time they have to play really careful as Weaver and Silencer don't have much HP. Bot lane.
Tims goes down to Raging.
It's kind of strange, but teams try to be super aggressive there. You always have to count on DK. Those DKs are usually hurting a lot. Trying to finish Undying.
Yeah,
teams try to play around Juke.
I'm wondering how long.
Sometimes
Undying's
the
gonna stay
easy
here.
way is the best way. Sometimes.
Raging. Walking back to base. Again, he did use that Tango. So, I don't know. It looked like he wanted to stay in the lane, but...
Talib is dying at the same time. Yeah, so Dose lane is going as we expected on the draft. If you remember, we were talking about Nature's Prophet harassing a lot. Kunkka is not leaving him in comparison to game 1, if you remember. He were playing between mid and bot lane. And now he is not leaving the lane. He always staying there to pressure, to help Nature's Prophet when they go on him. So bot lane is expected. It's gonna be hard lane for Spectre for sure. Just try not to dive, not to die too much, and farm when you can.
Seemed like
Sounds easy, but
a lot of time from Raging to not be here. Because he walked all the way back, healed up, then they lose Talib. Like, that's a lot of free time and free space given to Cuckoo and Tims.
yeah, maybe even dying to neutrals would be the same timing though.
Yeah, so do you try to just kill yourself to the tower? I mean, he was pushed so far back, I don't think you even can kill yourself to tower unless you take the long walk away and around, but... It just seems like he was gone for a solid minute, basically. And ooh, they try to go for
Also-
Cuckoo. The damage is there. Soul Rip comes through. Cuckoo.
Yeah,
Just
should be
to keep you right in
a bit
front of
more
him.
careful. Look at the mid lane also. I want to point out some things there. It's really hard as Mirana to last hit all the time because of the laser. Comes out from Admiral. Yeah, it got fixed a couple patches even before TI. So cooldown is way more, you know, way more better for your opponent, for Tinker opponent. But still, we see that Tinker utilizes this laser very good. When Mirana tries to last hit, just blocks it out, and then Ellison goes for some, you know, hopeless play. If you just go for rune, you take the rune like DD or illusions, you're coming back into the lane. But if you don't get any rune, just losing so much. And he didn't get the rune. Now Tinker can even walk top and get the invis rune if he wants to.
Yeah, we'll just throw that laser at Allison, and now the leap over. Looking for the
Oh, look
invis,
at Undying.
and now he
As
actually
you say it.
then just you're out of mana. As an Undying, the minuscule gold you give up is worth having all your mana back.
Yeah. I like the way that Silencer and Weaver tried to attack Kotal on top lane. But he just bypassed them.
Ooh, Thunderclap, Ninja Boogie taking a lot of damage, as is Talib. He has to be very careful. As Cuckoo coming over with Tim's and Raging chasing. Of course, he does have not full mana anymore, but he has enough to be throwing those decays. Spectral Dagger, Torrent hits. Tim's in a little bit of trouble, but oh, nice little two-man sprout.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mirana rotation to the top lane. Paying off.
So 4-2 for Admiral. Ninja Boogie dying once in that top lane. He'll TP in.
They also get 2 runes.
Who's Gabby? Yeah.
Oh, bounty.
So the lanes have kind of stabilized, it seems like, for Admiral. And Arcane Curse, as well as the Shikuchi. Now the Swarm on the Boomy. Ocarino comes over with the Drunken Haze. Gabby unable to chase. Does this have to be fast from TNC? Or can they let this go
I don't feel like
on?
they're under any pressure. They can still play with Tinker for kind of long game, but it's very scary to play against Spectre for the long game, right? Spectre is super scary late game. So you better do it faster. You better go and win the lanes and apply as much pressure as you can in the mid game. Like they are trying to kill. What nice juke!
Oh man.
By Talib. Wow.
Tulip's so close to getting hit by that Torrent, and maybe Tim survives there and gets the kill onto Talib if he gets hit by that Torrent.
Yeah, but
very
it was
close.
perfect juke though. Oh, this Tinker is gonna be super big. Look at his creep stat compared to Mirana.
Yeah, very up there. 19 denies too. And they bring Tim's up here to look for the X, and not level 6 yet is Bocarino, so they have the Torrent with the last word in the Arcane Curse. And the damage, oh, nice arrow from Allison. Starstorm hits. Do they have the damage? They'll get the kill on Bocarino. Tim's trying to run into the trees. Not hit by the Illuminate. Now the Torrent goes back down, and the arrow scouting. So they'll hope spot
those jukes.
Tim's, and
Oh,
the
not enough range.
Starstorm. Illuminate though. Oh, Tim's.
Finally.
Unfortunate.
Trying to arrow. Gabby is not a goalkeeper. He's okay. He's forward.
That's why I love the Earth Spirit. Always the forward. Always impressive too. That last game is very impressive by the Earth Spirit.
Warriors of the wood.
Not winning, but still a very impressive performance. Tinker is so far ahead. Look at that. Look at the Tinker compared to the Mirana net worth wise. Like, this is... Admiral's doing such a good job as this Tinker mid.
Yeah, and I also see Silencer starting to stack for him. So Tinker's gonna get even bigger.
His top tower might be going down.
Gabby, Shikuchi, Illuminate. Not really landing on anything. And now the Soul Ring's here for Tinker. He's going to be going for this, for these boots of travel.
I'm surprised he didn't go for at least one level in Mana Leak. Because Mana Leak actually gives an opportunity to kill Weaver sometimes. He cannot use Shikuchi and run away. He needs to stay a bit to hold his mana. So I've expected Kotal to get at least one level Mana Leak. It's 2 mana expensive. It's 160, but still. They lose Bukerino right before he gets his ultimate.
Yeah,
and bot lane, they lost Towel already. A lot of pressure from Nature's Prophet and Konka there.
It's the second time they've lost Bocarino at level 5. He's just hasn't been able to get level 6 just yet. Cuckoo, he's here level 6. Tim's is also very close to level 6. They've taken the tier 1 tower and making this game a little bit harder for the Spectre to farm. Tinker now here to take these stacks.
Bukerino decided to go for Midas, it seems. Bot lane.
Take a look. Talib. Tim's trying to run. Illuminate comes through. Hits onto Tim's. Still trying to run. Spectral Dagger slows him down. Nice little Sprout Decay. It's not going to matter. Nice little Touring coming out. Tim's, though, nowhere to really go. And gets the X. Does he have the TP space? Oh, the Haunt comes through. And now they look over at Cuckoo. They won't have the damage to get the kill there. But Haunt is forced out because Tim's, a 4 position, almost gets away. That's a good trade if I'm Tim's. I mean, that means...
Also, Talib gets something, so why not? Why not?
Sprout on a Bocarino.
Get a bit gold.
Arcane Curse is on him. He has the Primal Split. And now he looks over to get a kill on a Ninja Boogie. Should have the damage here. Gets body walked by the Treants, and now the Sprout comes in. The Fire Bear is in with him.
He needs to get away. He needs to get away with his
He's very low.
He's super low.
And Illuminate comes in. There's the Swarm. Thunderclap doing a lot of damage to Gabby. They've got Soul Rip, and now Shikuchi once again with the Decay. Bocarino low. Finally getting the kill is Gabby. Now they look over at Ragin. Talib is here. Illuminate on the 2. Time-lapse used. Gabby, it might be time to run. Shikuchi gets a second. Cuckoo now. He's getting chased by Talib. These Illuminates have been very hard onto Cuckoo. Chakra Magic on it. Talib. Cuckoo.
We'll have Spectral
Dagger. Nice Sprout, but the Spectral Dagger. But now Gabby's here. And Talib has to be a little bit careful, but Gabby not pressuring.
We forgot about Admiral. Everyone forgot about Admiral. He almost has his BOTs.
Yeah, just in the jungle, farming up, getting these stacks, what was left for him. He's doing a very good job at the moment. Murata, though, has done a good job of closing the distance. Was down about 1,000 net worth earlier, and now has brought it back.
Nature's Prophet went down bot again to push out the wave. I don't see many wards on the side that TNC are pressuring in the main jungle of Team Admiral. They're not placing many. They trying to protect their easy lane, their top lane, and mid lane Tinker. As you see, they are placing ward for him too. But they are not placing many. Okay, they're starting it now. They placed 1 and they have 2 more. Yeah, teams.
They don't see this coming, and they place the ward deep. Smoke comes out. Dire didn't see that either. They're only level 5 on the Silencer. Spectral Dagger used, thrown at Cuckoo. But I don't think they know that Tim's and Ninja Boogie are here. Tim's with the boat available. Allison behind him. And there it is. The arrow through onto Cuckoo with the Star Storm. There's the Sprout trying to get away, but the Decay is there. Cuckoo dead. Ninja Boogie on the run, but there's no way he gets out of this one. He's a goner, too.
Okay, I think TNC should wait for Tinker to join fights, and then they should start again. Start being aggressive. I mean, we see that they cannot fight without Tinker for now. Maybe they need to call Weaver also. So someone, Tinker or Weaver, should join fights. Then they can win them. Like that. Even under tier 2 tower.
Now, yeah, they'll get the kill on Allison. They try to get the kill over top onto onto the Coddle, but they'll kill the Mirana instead over mid. The rotation was over from the Tinker, who's now got these Boots of Travel going in the Blink Dagger. So Tinker with the Boots of Travel just becomes that much harder to contain.
And if you look at Bocarino, he's getting this hand of Midas, not expecting this game to go fast or something like that. He knows that he's playing against Tinker.
He is dead here. His team gets the kill on Abumi. Now they're chasing onto the Undying. They have the X with the Torrent. That lands. Earn on top. Gabby doing a lot of damage with the Shikuchi. Global Silence is used as over top. They look over at Bocarino to get the kill. Back over towards mid. Undying is somehow able to get away. They look for the arrow. Lands onto the Weaver. Wow.
Gabby. Now he switched to goalkeeper role. Good arrow though.
Nicely done from Allison. And X pulling him back. Nice leap. The boat still comes in. Sprout, Armel here. And when Armel comes in, you're in a lot of trouble this early in the game.
Yeah, and we see that things are getting much more easier when Tinker or Viverine. They have so high damage output right now. You just need to play around them. And Tinker joins. So Tinker had like 0-0-0. He had no kills, no assists 2 minutes ago. Now he has 1-0-3. Suddenly Tinker joins the fight. Everything goes right. Same works for Weaver. Also, Weaver has DD in his bottle. They can take tier 2 tower bot now.
And he pops in knowing that he's looking to pressure. Glyph is used. Creep's still here though, so Gabby can continue to move in. And of course had the Tinker with March of the Machines to help push for just a moment. Cuckoo comes over. And the tier 2 is a goner.
Radiant's bottom tower is Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Axe can be a good pickup on Keeper of the Light during the day phase. You can see Tinker when he gets dagger in the jungles. So you can play as a scout. When playing Kotal, you just get your X, stay in the jungle on some lane, recall someone to yourself, see Tinker, scout him with your vision, day vision, with Axe, and then kill Tinker. Also, Spectre can join with Hound. So we're gonna see if they're gonna abuse it.
Seems like they do have a lot of ways to catch this Tinker, that's for sure.
Yeah, they have, but Tinker is snowballing really hard. If you jump on him, what can you do? He just bursts you down. You cannot jump into a lot of marshes. He has really strong nukes right now, level 15 almost. So it's kinda hard to jump on him. You can jump, but you're probably gonna die. Mirana
finds the X and the leap, but a little early. Global Silence comes out and they'll get the kill. Bocarino nearby, and I think that stops the primal split as well as the fight from Team Admiral. So TNC, they've been playing around this boat too pretty well, and it's just a position for Kunkka, but with X and boat, it's really enough control to, you know, get Gabby in there, get the finishing touches, let the Tinker come in, or Cuckoo. He could, you know, teleport in as well if they want to find someone with the X in the boat.
Still no mana leak on Kotal. They have really hard times catching this Weaver. We are talking about Tinker a lot, but there's also Weaver, who's not getting caught in fights, just running around, killing people, dealing damage. You have no stuns on Weaver, basically. So maybe Mana Leak was an option. Top lane.
Oh boy, they've got the Blinding Light, but it's not going to be enough to haunt. Who do you go for? Can you even haunt? And yeah, Talib, he's going to come in. Now there's a problem in getting out because he needs to try and run. The Soul Rip comes through. They've still got these heat-seeking missiles.
I don't actually know why Weaver is so scared going for Spectre, giving vision to Tinker, for some rockets and one more laser. He would be dead as Spectre, but Weaver was scared. He had time lapse, so I wonder why. Don't know.
Yeah, he has the
Maybe it's even better that they play this.
Forcing out the split on Bocarino. But Tinker comes over, so Brew has to be careful. Earth Bear starts to go back. He's got 2 seconds, but Armel is here, as is Gabby. And here comes Cuckoo. Illuminate through, but Bocarino's very dead. Very, very dead.
And the tower.
Yeah. This is nicely played by TNC.
Top tower has fallen.
They have a good pace. They should not stop. Just continue. Continue pressuring, continue pushing. Especially when you know that there is no ultimate on Brewmaster. And no Hound. They have huge cooldowns on both Brewmaster and Spectre. So when you see those ultimates, you just group up and then just push. You're not scared of anything. You can even take Roche, you can take towers, you can do whatever you want when you don't have Brewmaster, Split, and Spectre Hound. Just do your things. You're not scared of anything.
Here TNC going into Roche, 19 minutes in. Look at where Armel is. He is having a game right now. He's so far ahead. And the Spectre, yeah, you're top of the net worth, but we saw right there that with Cuckoo, Gabby, and Armel, it's tough for even Talib to find a way out.
Yeah, we can also mention teams almost at the same level of farm with Brewmaster, for example.
Yeah.
So teams, for position player for TNC, he already has Spirit Vessel. Should be very helpful using it on Spectre, for example, who went for +5 health regen talent, and you cannot heal her with Soul Reap also. So
Who's spotted?
I like those plays.
Arrow comes in. They've got the Thunderclap after the blink from Brew. And an easy kill there on Cuckoo, getting him out alone, which is a rare feat to have him out there alone at this point in the game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ag's almost finished for the Kato, but it's still a lot slower than I thought it was going to get there.
Well, at least they get 2 runes bot.
Top tower's
Team
under
Admiral. Mirana in control of it.
a golden blade.
He actually went for Yules again. I can understand that playing against Silencer and Kunkka.
You don't want that Yules, get away from that X or the silence. But dealing with both might be hard.
I think TNC should apply more pressure right now. Just group up, get the towers, try to force some things from Team Admiral. Don't let Spectre farm more. Don't let Spectre even farm jungle. Just find her or play a lot of pressure.
Global silence, X, Torrent, boat, and an easy kill there. Armel, who'll join in, and it's another +2 for Silencer, only +8. And they're actually going to go all the way left. They want Boomy.
Yeah, Boomy.
Coming around, and there it is. There's the Sprout, the missiles, the Torrent, and the kill. 5 heroes
And
here for TNC.
Mr. Boombox is gone.
The music is dead. The boombox is gone.
Radiant's top tower's under attack.
Gabby's got so much too. It's TNC. You know, it may be not the most action-packed games, especially coming off of Game 2, but
Radiant's top tower's
from
above
TNC's
the
point of view, this is played perfect to the T. They've got Tinker moving around, getting that farm, going into the Dagon, as well as Gabby being that force, being that frontliner for them, working with Tims, with Ninja Boogie, you know, getting that farm and taking these towers. It really is a nice job overall, and of course you can't forget Cuckoo, who is spreading the pressure out all over the map.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
is
it's really
under
hard to stop the pace. You know, the pace of TNC is super high right now. You cannot match it at all as Team Admiral. You just need to stall the game somehow. You need to chill. You need to play slowly. You need to play defensively. But TNC are applying so much pressure to you, your lanes, to your towers, that you cannot hold it all. They're losing it. Look at 3 cores. on
Risky
TNC side.
move, and I don't know if it's worth it. There's the Haunt, but they've got the Shrine. This is going to become a
Shrine.
problem. Allison low. Heat-seeking missiles come out, and Talib back over towards top. That was quite the maneuver. I
Okay,
don't know
so
why you go for
Hound is
that.
not there. Hound
Yeah.
is not there, man. Just go push. It's good idea right now. They understand it. They use smoke immediately and just go right in. They have vision there.
You're a
If
trusty
you
mate.
look at the wards they placed, they have a good vision around the enemy map. Just go for push, and already Nature's Prophet are at Team Admiral's base. Okay, they got Axe at least, but it's not daytime. It's 1 minute.
Yeah, Ags becomes decent for trying to hold the high ground, but we'll see if even that, you know, is enough. It's going to be tough here against the Tinker, especially now with the Dagon 2. Things get tough. You can reset some of these heroes with TP back to base as well as the X if you want to refill somebody. And you can slow siege it if you're TNC. Oh boy, Allison X. And yeah, you try to leap away, and there's the Yules. So nicely done. Actually tries to place the
Nice
Torrent.
Yeah. So if you watched attacker streams or maybe some WTF Dota moments, there was a couple when you X mark somebody with Yules, but then faking your Torrent, they use Yules and they use Torrent right into Yules. So it's like you outplay them. And he tried to do that. But Mirana leaped twice, so it was kind of hard to match the speed.
Smoke. They found Gabby, but the arrow thrown and unable to do anything about that. The Aegis expires.
Yeah. It's hard to push high ground if you're TNC. You might try to split push. And I think it's the idea of TNC right now. Should be the idea of TNC. Just split Team Admiral up. Split as Nature's Prophet, as Weaver. You always have Tinker to back you up. You always have Kanka staying behind you. So try to split them up. Try to push all the lanes at the same time. Tinker debating.
Oh, blink in, and now they've got the arrow. Ninja Boogie taken out immediately. Primal Split was almost unneeded.
They're trying to catch Kanka also.
Tim's Cuckoo, nice sprout. But the Haunt follows it up. Where is the Spectre going? Right here for Cuckoo. The TP, the Thunderclap gets the kill. So now the chase is worth it. The arrow lands onto Tim's. Nice couple of kills here for Admiral. That is very nice.
Perfect play, perfect smoke, perfect ulti of Mirana. Tinker tried to bait them when TP'd. He understood that it can be very scary, so he decided not to. But then Silencer died. They also chased and killed Kanka with Nature's Prophet. So yeah, great couple kills for them.
Yeah, they really
it's actually slowing the pace of TNC.
Yeah.
You cannot do moves at TNC right now. You cannot split push. You cannot apply any pressure. So it's slowing the pace of the game. It's perfect for Team Admiral.
Spectre going Diffusal. Has the Manta style, and then Radiance. It's because Radiance is being built on the Brew. So we'll have to see how TNC choose to play this. Arcane Curse comes out onto Allison. And they find the cutoff, I believe.
Yeah, they also caught Mirana.
Yeah, there's the cutoff. Yule's coming out. Armel's here. Double kill for him. And thanks for the easy gold. X with the boat coming through. Gabby's got the damage. 3 heroes dead. And it goes from a nice move from Admiral to something even better from TNC.
They still have problem, you know, Team Admiral with their ultimate cooldowns. So they fought well, they used everything, but then you don't have your ultimates for 2 good minutes. And it's free game for TNC to go push, to go fight. They're not scared of anything. They don't think about Hound, they don't think about Brewmaster ulti. Because they are not exist at all.
Yeah. Haunt's down for
and
another
now they
20.
need to take Rock and get back. No, they can't even take Rock. They need to get back. Yeah. Since now they know. Brewmaster has ultimate. Hound in 10 seconds. They have all the timings written for themselves. So they decided not even finish Milirex. And go back. Very smart play there. Not losing anything.
Yeah, you don't want to overstep your advantage. There are times to overstep your advantage, and times like that where it's really close, and the big team fight aspects of the other team is coming off cooldown, and that is the right moment to accept that you're getting a tier 3 and you have to back off.
Maybe wait for Rosh. It actually spawns really soon. Okay, not soon. 2 minutes. Just kidding.
It's a long one. I feel like that's all I've been seeing recently. I haven't seen short Roche timers in a while. I think Ice Frog messed with it. Makes it long timers every time.
Yeah.
He wants everybody to be ready for a Roche fight.
Dire scanning for enemies.
There still has to be some random in Dota, right? Runes, Roche timers and stuff. Crits.
Could you imagine if they
Differences
made it similar for timers on runes, where runes were random in between X minute and X minute? Instead of Roche, like random time in
don't
between
know.
1 and 2 minutes, so it could be at like 145 or 123.
I think there should be some surprises, you know? Maybe taking different rune, getting random rune is already enough. I don't think so. Maybe you don't even need different timers. It kind of ruins the mid lane if you make it random.
True. Because you don't know when to leave or anything. And
Yeah.
So you need that
Yeah,
stability.
it also forces you to place maybe wards like around the runes. Sometimes you don't even need it.
So they've gotten the diffusal. Now they're going into the heart on the Spectre. Something that Admiral are okay with. This game slowing down, finding the farm, and letting Spectre get there. Get that heart and get a little bit more. The thing I'm liking, though, is Spectre's not the only one getting this kind of farm. You know, I understand that TNC have the 11,000 net worth lead, and that's there. But for the Radiant side, the farm for the 3 cores, at least, is quite nice. It's not just Spectre. You know, sometimes you see Spectre games where it's just Spectre and 5,000-6,000 net worth behind is the rest of the team.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Roche now. I'm not sure if Team Admiral should fight for that Roche, but maybe they can. They have Radiance with Gem on Brewmaster. You can just jump right in, just ulti, and do a lot of damage. The only bad thing that it's nighttime right now, so the timings are not that good for Admiral. In daytime, they would have fight for sure, but you see, TNC is scared.
The Illuminate
They
does a
left
lot of
Roche.
damage. They left Roche after they got hit. They could not just stand there and take that. So we'll see. Blink forward. Global Silence comes out. He's not able to get the Primal Split off. They've got the X as well as the Torrent. They'll get the kill on a Bocarino. That's one dead for 65 seconds. And
And
Ninja
Gem
Boogie with the tip and the gem.
Free gem for TNC and Roche. Yeah. Maybe it was a bit over aggressive to be there under tier 1 tower. Should play a bit more defensive. They didn't have perfect vision on the enemy.
Radiant are
Yeah.
scanning.
They have to give away the Roche now.
Seemed very ambitious for sure. To go in like that and lead, knowing Global Silence is available.
Cheers, guys.
What?
I know you don't like it, but still have to pick it up.
So they get that Aegis and
It is.
Mel.
Yeah, it's really hard to negate the damage. Level 5 Dagon. And BKB is coming for Tinker.
Yeah, he's got 5,200 gold. He could keep the bottom of the backpack and just put the BKB there. And then when you
Yeah, with the
TP back,
BKB, he can feel free to jump into the fights. Not being scared of anything. Spectre damage is not gonna be enough, even though it's mostly magical.
So they get the tier 3 low over bottom, and it ends up getting denied.
Radiant's top
But well, if you look over top, Gabby's just taking the range rack. So they're really spreading Team Admiral thin. It's almost impossible for Team Admiral to be all over the base at one time.
Well, they cannot siege yet. They still have to play it maybe like split push style. I don't feel like they can siege. It's really hard to siege against Keeper of the Light. Okay, they're trying to gank. well smoked with time, with great vision. So I recommend you to use Radiant Vision. They've seen Kanka. Not Kanka, but Silencer.
Ooh, Global Silence comes out again. Ninja Boogie uses it, but nobody's here to back him up. That is Armel's moment to go over bottom and push that in.
Yeah, I think Nature's Prophet can also TP to the enemy base, like spawn some trees and TP back. He has 1 second cooldown on TP scroll.
And they get that kill. Global Silence also used it at that moment, so that's going to be down for another 100 seconds. And
It was a strange global though.
Yeah.
Didn't have any backup.
Didn't seem like it was necessary. You could have just helped it
Yeah,
die, get up at
panicking.
13. Yeah. But, ooh, Cuckoo here. Primal Split gonna get used. BKB popped by Cuckoo as well as Gabby. Illuminate comes through, but the BKB is there for Gabby. Getting the kill onto the Undying. Possibly looking for more, but he'll use the time-lapse and try to run. Shikushi's away, and he's the only one who's really fighting. He'll get the kill on the Undying. That's it.
You know, everything is okay for Team Admiral since they're not losing sides. So they're playing it slow, they're trying to react to things, but TNC are getting stronger and stronger. I'm just trying to figure out how they can push. They used smoke, but I don't feel like anyone from Team Admiral gonna leave the base right now. So I feel like to push, TNC actually need to split. That's why I'm talking about it. I keep talking about it all the time. Because I don't see the way they... Okay, maybe like
Ooh, they
right
want to
now,
come
they
over.
try to bait. It's a trap.
Now the X comes through, and they found themselves the Coddle. He is killed so fast.
No buyback on Kotal. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a
trap
huge
worked
problem.
well.
They've got the Sprout, and now they'll get the kill on a Bocarino. He doesn't have buyback either. Oh,
He
boy.
decided to leave the base and try to gank Nature's Prophet. And it was a perfect trap set by TNC. Wow, I can't believe Team Admiral actually did it. Kotal, no buyback.
Bottom barracks is falling.
The last set of racks standing over mid.
Bottom barracks are under
They cannot defend.
dire structures.
Also DD on Viver. Oh my god.
Yeah, he just picked
So much
that up
damage.
coming over towards bottom. X through onto the Undying, pulls him back. Here comes the damage from Gabby the Haunt. It's a last-ditch effort. As it was the buyback coming out from Talib. The boat comes through. They look over at Allison. They've got more than enough damage. The Yules is there to extend the inevitable. As Allison, hexed up, Dagon killed, buys back. Blinding Light comes out, but Armel doesn't care. He'll get the kill onto Boomy. There's the Dagons constantly coming through. And the only one alive is the Spectre, who's hexed up and running away. Ultra kill here for Armel. And he wants to come back and get this rampage.
Nice game from TNC. Really nice execute.
Dagon is disgusting coming out from Armel. Also has the Hex and trying to run. Dagon one more time. He goes down. Global Silence. GG call, but they don't care if GG's called. They still want to go for at least one more kill on the Undying. It's probably not going to happen. And
That's so
TNC.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Admiral tried to attack TNC bot lane. They stepped into the trap. It's not good. They played so well last couple fights. They tried to play this game carefully, to play from behind. It's always hard, but they tried their best, Team Admiral. It's always... You're always under the pressure, so they tried to kill Nature's Prophet, who showed bot, but they lost the game immediately. Just right away. You try to go for Nature's Prophet. The trap is there, the trap is set. You just die and you can't do much.
Yeah, it just...
Too bad. Too bad.
Admiral unfortunately stepping forward and dying in that spot. And that opened the door for TNC to take the last two sets of racks, clean up, and ultimately win this series. So TNC, they take the series. They do very well. Armel having a really nice game on this Tinker, 11, 1, and 6, doing 26,000 damage in that time, the most for his team. Gabby doing 22,000 damage, but overall, yeah, TNC, they look really good in that game 3. There were some moments where Admiral were shining, but unfortunately they weren't able to steer the ship into a victory, and TNC, they move on to the upper bracket.
I think that Admiral just